coming up on the wrap this week. If you could just pick up and just say some stuff, that'd be great. All the fallout from the Lions tour as I give up my series awards. He is a magician. Some call him a maverick. I call him world class. And it's the return of Rugby Golf. And this week I take to the greens against Team GB's Abbie Brown. It's no more no stain, was it? Well, congratulations South Africa coming back from the 1-0 deficit to win the series 2-1 again. And some things just don't ever change. A sense of deja vu as Mornay Steyn. He didn't do that. He actually got his through on the 77th minute, breaking hearts in Pretoria in 09 to breaking hearts again in Cape Town in 21. And now we look ahead to the next Lions series in 4 years' time in Australia, which gives me just enough time to hand up my awards for the series, starting with the Lions. Best forward for the Lions, well, it can only be one man. He was named the player of the series for the Lions, is Maro Itoje. His work in the set piece, in attack, on the floor, in the air, I thought he just, once again, just showed how world-class a player he truly is. Best player for the backs, and I'm going to pick Ali Price. Started in the first test as well as in the third, and he was selected to inject a level of tempo and pace. Didn't always get the rub of the green his way, but his level of control on his first ever Lions tour, I thought he had a very good series. Surprise package, not so much a surprise, but I don't think anyone's expecting to see Finn Russell come onto the pitch after 10 minutes due to an injury from Dan Biggar. But Finn, one of the most naturally gifted fly halves in the world, and really showed what expansive rugby can look like at international level. He is a magician. Some call him a maverick. I call him world class. All action hero. Well, it's Maro. It's the man, Maro Itoje, once again. I just thought his all-round performance consistently across all 3 test matches in what was such a bruising contest. I thought he always stood up, went toe-to-toe with some of the most physical players in the world. Magic moments of this series. For me, it's the man, the myth, the king. It's Alan Wynne-Jones. Not only did he make the tour once, but he made it twice and started all 3 test matches. He has now played in 12 consecutive Lions test matches spanning across 4 different series. Not the result he'd have wanted, but it was a beautiful moment to see him, the tour captain, get back to South Africa.
Colby try, knock on or not? It's a really, really tough one, isn't it? If you're a Lions supporter, you'd been looking and thinking it's gone forward. If you're a South African supporter, you'd have been looking and thinking, no, it hasn't gone forward. And to be honest, you just can't say. So the on-field decision by the referee was try, which means now they have to have clear evidence that the ball has travelled forward. And to be honest, I couldn't see that, so I agree with the officials. A good decision, no clear evidence to overturn it, and the try stood.
Now, time to move on to my awards for South Africans, and the best forward I'm going to give to Eben Etzebeth. Not only has he got biceps, which are more likened to people's legs, he's huge, a phenomenal asset to the South Africans. I thought his work in the set piece, in the tight, he truly is a man mountain. It had a huge series. Best back, well, this was really tight, really tight, and I'm really going to focus my attention on 2 people who are the centre of attention. The centres, Damian de Allende and Lukhanyo Am, I just think they are so industrious, so consistent. Lukhanyo Am, his step of his right, offload to Willie LaRue, which set up Cheslin Colby in that 3rd test match. Damian de Allende's carrying and defence right throughout the series. It's hard to really pull those 2 apart, so I'm going to give it to them both. Surprise package, familiar name, familiar tell, familiar heartbreak unfortunately for the Lions, but for Mornay Steyn, who's barely played any international rugby, he's been in the wilderness to come back entrusted with the number 22 shirt, to come off the bench, 2 kicks from 2 and to win another series 12 years apart. A phenomenal story. Here's my surprise package. All action hero, I'm going to give it to a front rower, Near Carney. Started off the bench, whatever his role, he was absolutely brilliant. Fantastic celebration when he displayed his tongue to the world, winning yet another scrum penalty. The bomb squad at times were absolutely fantastic, and he was a big part of why South Africa went on to win the series. Final 2 awards to wrap up this series, and the first one is biggest disappointment. Well, for me, I think it's just not having fans. I was so fortunate enough to play in 09 just to see tens of thousands British and Irish Lions fans, the migration of the fans with the South Africans before, during and after didn't quite feel the same. We all understand why, because of COVID, but what extra would the fans have brought had they had been there? So that's my biggest disappointment of the series. Tour MVP, I'm going to give you two. Sia Kolisi, number one. He said after the first test that was the hardest week of his professional life, to bounce back as the captain, to then see South Africa take it on to win the series. I think it's outstanding leadership. And number two, Eben Etzebeth. I've already mentioned him. Man Mountain, an absolute enforcer. I just thought his level of consistency in the moments that really mattered. Set piece, that's what they build their game upon. He was huge in that asset. I mean, there's so many players I could mention, but I'm going to give you Eben and Sia. So there you go, there are my awards. Let me know what you think, disagree, agree, leave them in the comment section below. So Lions Tour is not the only thing that's been happening over the past few weeks. We had our first Bledisloe Cup game. It was New Zealand against Australia. Congratulations, New Zealand. We've also had the Olympics going on as well. Two fantastic tournaments. I'm thrilled to say that we are joined by one of the heroes from the Olympics. It's Team GB captain, Abbie Brown. How are you doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Are you over the jet lag yet?
Yeah, just about. I mean, not quite.
Your second Olympics after competing at in Rio 5 years ago. How did this one compare?
Yeah, it's really interesting one, because a lot of people have come back and everyone's like, you guys did so well. And obviously, like, coming fourth, as an athlete, no one wants to come fourth.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of wants to get that medal. So I think that was quite hard. But to come back and everyone be like, you guys did so well, we're so proud of you, and like how many messages we actually received about how inspiring we've been has actually been really nice.
Let's focus in on that game against Fiji. A tough one for you to perhaps reflect on, but what are your reflections of that game?
It's an interesting one. I haven't actually watched it.
Will you?
I will at some point. I think, if I'm honest, I'm more frustrated or a bit more of a regret about the France game, because we played really bad. The Fiji game almost is kind of bittersweet, because obviously that medal was literally just there, but because it was the Fiji women, I kind of had a lot of respect and heart for them, because I think that's their first women's medal, and like, obviously I'm still gutted about it. However, I think I'm more gutted about the France game.
Not a lot of people will have any level of insight into your journey to the Olympics. The Olympics is the greatest tournament ever. It's the biggest sporting event on the planet, but it's perhaps not always felt like that in the build up to it. Do you want to share with us how tempestuous a journey it's been to get to Tokyo?
Yeah, one word I describe our team is resilient. We've been through it all. I think we've kind of, over the course of 4 or 5 years, we've changed locations about 5 times. We've had about 4 or 5 different coaches. Our team has completely changed around. So then obviously when COVID hit, obviously it hit everyone really hard, which obviously was a really hard time for everybody. And then we lost our funding in August last year, which for me personally I found really hard, because it wasn't just my job that I'd lost, it was my passion. It was everything that I'm about, and I think that's the bit I struggled with, is that why do people not see what I see in this sport? Yeah. Like, this is my passion, this is the best sport in the world in my opinion. How do other people not value that? Obviously to then get the National Lottery funding and stuff like that, huge thanks to them. I mean, we literally would not have had a programme if it wasn't for them. Yeah, we had about 3-4 months as a GB programme, so then you happen to try and compete for a spot, but also gel as a squad, and try and get that balance, like, especially with women. We're a nightmare. So it's
I was going to say it.
No, we really are. So matching up and marinating up, that's the bit that was really tough. But like I said, it was a hell of a journey, and actually one I look back on and have really fond memories of all of it, because we did some incredible stuff along the way.
One of the major aspects of sevens is speed. So, question to finish: who's quicker, Michaela Blyde or Jasmine Joyce?
Oh, that's a real tough one.
Yeah.
If I don't say Jazz, I think she'll kill me.
Who's your friend now?
Exactly.
Who's your real friend now?
Oh, do you know what? I'd still back Jazz.
Really?
Yeah. It would be good to see him
She's
in
a
a
weapon.
race. She's ridiculous, isn't she?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Just literally give her the ball. I was going to say in space. She don't need space.
No, she's a complete weapon. Yeah, I love her to pieces. She's a good egg.
Class. Well, Abbie, we're so proud of you, and good luck with everything that's coming up over the next year. So Abbie, on the wrap, it's not all about gold medals here. We have a segment called Challenge Ugo, and if you're willing to take part in it, I'd love to take you onto this lovely green grass here and play a game of rugby golf. You up for it?
I'm keen.
Okay, let's do it. The first hole is to that bucket there. We then head off to the post, got to get the ball over the post. We then come back and finishing up in here, just like, not like that, but in
In the padding.
tight spiral. Coming up,
Again.
first hole. Oh no. No, that's worked all right. Shot!
I have like 1 in a 4, that's all right.
Abbie. Oh. That's a hell of a shot. This hole is Abbie's. I think we've got the breeze into us. I think I'm just going to lay this up and then go over. It's more like disgusting grubber. Shot.
Ugly bounce.
You deserve more.
Yeah, I feel like I did too. I don't think I've ever kicked in a game of rugby, to be fair.
I was told not to.
Yeah, literally.
Oh!
Do I get extra points because it hit the crossbar? Easy.
Okay, come on. Oh!
Wow,
There we go. Oh my word.
that was amazing. That was actually really good. I'm actually quite impressed.
I'm so
I'm
happy.
actually quite impressed.
I'm so
How have you done that? Oh, God. Roll.
Ah,
Keep
here
rolling.
we go.
Okay,
Here we go.
go on.
Oh my
Go on.
word.
Go
No.
on. Yes.
This is pressure. This is proper pressure. Forget the Olympics. So
Don't you not put me off?
No, so you go that take. I think it's going to bounce out of me.
Yeah, it's gonna.
It's no more, no stone, is it? Okay, for the hole.
Easy.
Just rimming in. Okay, there you have it. Challenge Ugo. It's the first draw of the series. Olympian Abbie Brown has been Ugo Monye here at Twyford Avenue.
Well done.
Cheers, thank you. Oh my God.